Department of Corrections Director Frank Ishizaki concerned about a flurry of bills coming out of the Guam Congress Hall. The bills purporting to be tough on crime and lock them all up. But Ishizaki says the prison is already bursting at the seams.
Is that what we want to do? Just lock people up? You know, are there other solutions? And I think as a community, we should engage in that conversation.
The director looking at ways to reduce overcrowding at the Minilao prison and the Gatne lockup, and he says inmate and detainee levels haven't been this high since the prison housed illegal immigrants from China years ago. The director telling us more needs to be done to increase the number of convicts on parole, and that in turn could help alleviate crowded conditions.
With parole, that should be another opportunity for people to live outside of prison and have an opportunity to prove that they can live out there without making trouble.
Ishizaki tells us the prison is going to be working on figuring out how many of its inmates would meet criteria, making them eligible for parole.
Low-risk convicts. And the courts have a risk assessment tool. We're not using it, and we're going to be using it. So we need to assess every convict we have to see what their level of risk is and to see if we can put them out.
But Ishizaki says DOC's parolees don't have a good track record.
Our parolees are not as successful.
But he says that parolees' lack of success is because of the government's failure. He says DOC has continually been shortchanged on its budget for years, meaning the prison has to do a whole lot more with a whole lot less.
We don't have programs to get them prepared for release. And the other one is we don't have enough parole officers to supervise them.
The director telling us there are currently 5 parole officers at DOC. He's in the process of hiring 2 more, but he says in a perfect world, he would hire 10 more. Ishizaki also says with a lack of supervision while on parole after serving time, the big brother relationship POs should have with parolees is basically non-existent.
You got to be at home before curfew. You got to be looking for work. You got to be at work. Don't hang out with the people who got you in trouble. And don't mess with drugs or alcohol. Kind of general conditions of release.
Right.
And so Big Brother is that parole officer who's going to try to keep you on a straight and narrow. And if we don't have that parole officer out there, then the chances of you straying from that narrow line is greater.
Ishizaki also plans to work with the judiciary to reduce overcrowding, since he says half of DOC's population is made up of pretrial detainees. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.